crafters, welcome back to another segment of KISS, Keep It Simple Sylvia. This is the last Friday in the month of June and we're going to be wrapping up our paper folding this month. I got a real cute, simple little box that we're going to make today. And once again, origami principles, you usually start with a square piece of paper. Double-sided is nice, but not necessary. But if the thing is going to show two sides, then it is kind of nice to have double-sided paper. This is kind of a thicker designer paper. It works good with this project as long as you make a big box, but when you start getting down to the smaller boxes, it's kind of hard to fold the paper. So if you're going to make a small one, I would suggest not using real thick designer paper. But anyways, let's get started. This is a 12-inch square, and what we're going to do is we're going to fold on the elongated fold, making sure we line up all of our edges and our points, and be sure and crease it down good. Then open it up, turn it a 90-degree angle, and do the exact same elongated fold, matching up your corners, matching up the seam you just made, and creasing well. I know I've mentioned this before, but with all origami, it's really important that you make your creases really tight. Okay, now you open it up and you can see we've got a square piece of paper that's got 4 squares in it. What we're going to do is we are going to fold each point of the square to the center. Each point of the square to the center. When you fold it to the center, try to be careful to line it up on the fold line and then crease it real well. Make sure you crease it well. Now do that to all 4 corners. Bring it up, line it up as best as you can. Give yourself some real good creases here. Bring it up, line it up as best you can. Try not to overlap, and crease everything down well. Almost looks like an envelope now. Okay. Now, there's a couple different ways you can do this. We actually want to fold this into thirds, which means we have to make 2 folds on it. This was a 12-inch piece of paper that we started with. And by the time we're done folding a 12-inch piece of paper, we've got a piece of paper that is about 8¼ inches long. Now, you could divide 8¼ in half, so in threes, so you'd get 3 exact folds. I don't like doing a whole lot of math all the time when I'm just playing around. So one of the easiest ways to fold any paper that's square into 3 equal folds is just kind of guess at it. Fold one side up and kind of roll the other side backwards, and don't worry right now about how it looks. We just want to get some initial creases down. And just kind of wiggle it around to it looks like everything's lining up. All edges are lining up on here. If it looks like all edges are lining up, then give yourself a couple creases. Okay, looks like we're pretty good here. And all I'm doing is just creasing these tips right here. Okay, then we're going to open it up, and then that tells me where I'm to fold. So I can open it up, and I know that I made a little crease down here. I'm going to line the edge up and line the edge up. As long as I keep it on that little crease, I've got the paper folded in thirds. I'm just using a little popsicle stick here to crease my folds real good. And then open it up and do the same thing from the other edge. The easiest way to know that you're going to do it in thirds now is to just fold up onto this fold line that we just made right here. Make sure your edges are lined up and crease it down well. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing. We got it folded like this. We're going to do a 90-degree angle turn, and we're going to do it on the sides that don't have the two creases yet that makes it fold into threes. So now we have something to measure with. Where these flappies meet right here, see this opens, and then these points right here on the flaps, let that be your guide. Fold your paper up to this crease and this crease meet these creases right here at the tip points right here. And now you fold it this side in thirds using the other side as guides. Crease it down real good. Open it up. Do the same thing on this side. Keep these creases here, lining up with these edges here, hitting these points of the folds. Keep your edges even. Okay. And just crease it real good. Okay. Now open it up, and it doesn't matter which way you want to begin. If you've got particular pattern paper that you really like, then you might want to do a particular design. So I'm going to turn mine over because I want this to be a flap. Decide which way you want your paper to be positioned, and then open up the opposite flaps. I'm going to open up these two opposite flaps because they're going to form the outside, and I like the pattern that's on it. So I'm going to open them up. Now what you're going to do on this crease right here, fold it up and give it some good creases. Taking autofocus off, sorry about that everybody. And then do the same on this side. Fold it up and give yourself some good creases. Turn it over and do the same thing here. Fold it up, give yourself some good creases. Fold it up, give yourself some good creases. Turn it around, fold it up, crease it well, fold it up, crease it well. Okay, back to this position. Okay, now take this side and bring it up, and as you bring it up, bring up this flap. Let this edge, where these two flaps meet, fold in on itself over to that first fold line, and kind of give yourself a little crease on the outside because you want to make sure that it stays like that. And then do the same with this side. Fold it up, let it fold itself in on those lines, bring it over, have it meet with this one. Give yourself some good folds. Okay, now you've got something that looks like this, beginning to take shape like a box. What we're going to do now is we're going to fold this flap down, push it in, and then that flap down at the bottom is just going to complete the bottom look. And then also crease this real good. Okay, now we're going to do the exact same thing with the other side. We're going to push in, bring it up, let it fold against this line right here. Fold it back, kind of give it a nice little crease. Do the same thing on this side. Fold it in, kind of fold it back to give itself a little crease. And now tuck this flap down and tuck it in, and you've got yourself a little box. Now you might have to crease it a little bit so it stays down. Now with all true origami is just the art of paper folding. It doesn't really require any gluing or stapling or anything like this. But in this little box, I would recommend that you put some glue maybe on the outside of this, or glue dots, so when you put it in, if you're going to put a gift on the inside, it kind of stays closed for you. Or you could put like a brad, have a brad come out on this side and put a brad up top here, and then get yourself some baker's twine and loop it around and let it be the way that it closes on your little box here. Isn't that cute? And then you notice on the inside, it's finished off on the inside. Now, if you didn't want to have a box that's got its own flap, you can always make an open box. And all you do is this side that we use to give ourselves a flap, just fold it down inside, tuck it in, and now you've got an open box. Isn't that cute? No gluing, no pasting, no stapling, no nothing. You just got a cute little open box. And you can make them any size, as long as you start with a square. Traditional origami usually starts with a square. Isn't that cute? I just want to show you how small you can get. I made this one out of a 4-inch piece of paper. Look how tiny that is. Isn't that cute? And then this one I made out of a 6-inch piece of paper. And once again, if you decided that you didn't want to have it as a regular box and you wanted to use it with the little lid, just open that back up. And you could glue these sides down if you want to. You could put glue dots on it to hold it in place. There's a lot of dies out on the market and simple little cutting boards and stuff that show you how to make little boxes and stuff, but once again, you can keep it simple. You do not have to go out and purchase that stuff. You can always make your own. But you can see that this is a fairly substantial size. This is going to be, I think it's going to be 3 inches. Yeah, it's a 3-inch box by the time we're all done with it, from a 12-inch piece of paper. How cute is that? I love the idea of putting like a brad and then doing some kind of closure with a ribbon or baker's twine or regular twine or something, elastic band, anything to let this be the closure. How cute. Okay, hang on, crafters. We're going to do a recap. I have to get all this stuff together. I'll be right back. Okay, crafters, here's our recap for the month of June. We started out with simple little box. Showed you how to make these cute little boxes. We folded the paper up. Here's one with the handle. You can see I folded the other flaps underneath. Makes a cute little basket here. Then this one, I just folded 2 of the flaps underneath, and then 2 I folded and tucked underneath the creases here, just to give it a little different look. And then this one, I just folded all of them down underneath. So that was our simple little box that we made. And then we made the tea bag holders. All sorts of sizes of them. 12-inch, 10-inch, 8-inch, 4-inch, 6-inch, 3-inch. All different sizes of them. Real cute. One of the things that I really like about when you do kind of like this size, how cute would this be to put your business card on the front and then stack whole bunch of business cards in behind and let that be how you show off your business cards at your location. How cute is that? And then don't forget to make really good credit card holders if you want to give any of those Visa or MasterCards as gifts. And then we went on to the cute little booklets that we made last week. Get a colorful desk here. It's cute little booklets that we bound and then we closed them off to make spaces for taggies. We made 12-inch, And let me get the rest of them. A 10-inch, 6-inch, 4-inch, and I made a real tiny little one. I think this was a 2-inch here. Look how tiny that is. How cute is that for a little dolly book? Oh my gosh. These would make great Christmas gifts. You put make it out of Christmas paper and put a pretty ribbon on it and give it as an ornament. You know how a lot of people do the Christmas letter. This could be your Christmas letter. You could put pictures of your family inside here, and then you could type up and glue a little story about what all you did this year or something, and then that could be your Christmas letter. How cute would that be? And then we just completed making these little boxes. This was a 4-inch box, 6-inch with the lid. This is an 8-inch. Here's a 12-inch one. And then I decided, okay, let's play around with this and see if we can't get one where we can have it as a top and the bottom. So what I did is I made an 8.5-inch square, made this box, and then I found that going a whole inch smaller allows for the box to fit in easily. You can slip it in and out as a box. So this was 8.5 inches and this was 7.5 inches. And now you got a cute little gift box. How cute is that? And it slips in and out real easily. All finished on the inside. No gluing. But, you know, if you wanted to, like I say, you could put glue dots down in the bottom to hold it in place if you wanted to. But it's not necessary. So there you have it, crafters. The month of June was spent folding paper. I love this. I have so much more I could show you, but I'm going to wait until we get closer to the holidays because there's some really cute things that you can do with paper folding for the holidays. So I hope you enjoyed the origami and origami type paper folding that we did for the month of June, and I hope you'll join me again for the month of July when we'll be on to something else. Thanks again, crafters. Bye for now.